Artificial intelligence, AI, the technology that allows a computer to think like a human.
Welcome to the Church of England.
And different faiths around the world are starting to use it.
And it has been done like that because what we want is very agile robotics. We want being able to move robot like this. And I'm sure that you didn't see so much robot able to be moved like that.
Video, the close-up of his...
Yeah, you want us to put the robot just here or not at the other area?
No, this is...
It is Miroki's suit. Oh! And also Miroka's.
He's looking at you.
Yeah, that's good.
The Pontifical Academy for Life and the Renaissance Foundation organized the Congress, AI Ethics and Abrahamic Commitment to the Rome Call at the Vatican. Special guests included members of Microsoft, IBM, and different religious groups.
The Pontifical Academy for Life already has done this before. Now is the second time that they have sought to expand their call to include both Jewish and Muslim representation, high-level delegations and voices. It was also important in bringing the three religious leadership and groups together to both cement our friendships and to affirm that the values we share in common are far greater than anything that divides us.
ये चाइनीज एक रोबोटिक सेंटर है ये देखें रोबोट्स है यहाँ पे देखें क्या डेवलपमेंट है यार ये सारे जो है ना
And that's the fun part of being in the tech industry, where there are certain technologies that are reaching maturity that need to get deployed and show real results. And then we now have essentially an emergence of a completely new set of technology, which I think is going to be a revolutionary.
You say it will be a revolution. I think we all feel it will be a revolution, but there is a certain fear, particularly about artificial intelligence.
You don't stop, you don't hide, you run. You hear what I'm saying? We're all going together!
People feel it dehumanizes us and so on. Now, what steps do we need actually to make sure that those technologies, particularly artificial intelligence, remain society-oriented and human-centered?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great point.
This Buddhist temple is more than 400 years old. And inside is a robot called Minder. It's designed to look like Canaan, the goddess of mercy.
この部分はロボットの方が優れてます。だけどね、ロボットはね、一番いい方法をずっと考えながら AI で考えながら進化させていくことができる。これは優れたものですね。ロボットは死ぬことがない。
These university students have come to see Minder for the first time. A whole sermon delivered by a robot.
And you see you got also lip sync when you speak.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Look, the enchanters prepare something new for you. They put your runes on an handle. So then you will be able to grab it.
It is amazing. Miroki can grab his rune in the world of humans.
Yes.
Rabbi David Rosen is the International Director of Interreligious Affairs for the American Jewish Committee. He believes that the algorithm that guides social media has often served to divide rather than unite communities.
So here is a technology that can be used to name, to shame innocent people and do terrible damage. Of course, on a more sophisticated level, there is weaponry that is done through technology, through artificial intelligence, drones and other things. So the important thing is to, from a guidelines point of view, to emphasize the sanctity of the human personality that all our religions affirm, and that artificial intelligence should serve that goal and not allow itself to undermine that goal.
Rabbi Rosen is concerned that fake news on social media can spread prejudices and undermine community and democracy.
We have now plenty of examples of elections that were influenced by negative AI manipulation. It might have even happened in the United States. It certainly happened with regards to Brexit.
It's going well. I'm on 3 today.
Do you like being on camera?
No, I don't really like being on camera.
But not everyone felt at ease with it.
なぜならなかったかというと、多分私自身にもその囚われがあって。
Is monk got all right? Will other religions be as open to robots and AI? Inside this church is a robotic prayer companion.
My name is Santo. What brings you here on this beautiful day?
Dzień dobry, Santo. Nasze bliskie, które są w niebie, mają kontakt z nami.
Let us pray.
Santo is programmed with 2,000 years of knowledge about the Catholic faith.
I think it is impressive. It's a bit like Catholic Alexa.
It now is being applied in the situation of the war between Russia and Ukraine. So there are many areas where we can see there are abuses.
The AI Ethics Congress brought together people from around the world, including Maximo Torrero Cullen, chief economist of the UN Food and Agriculture Organization, and Dario Gil, the global vice president of IBM.
Asking AI to draw Pope Francis' true form.
Down. I'm not the one to fear, Prime. There is a darkness coming.
Do you think that it gave you a satisfying answer? Well, I think that's the problem with artificial intelligence, that sometimes those answers are very vague. He's helping you finding the own answer.
People here said they prefer a human priest, but they were surprisingly open-minded. One of them said, anything that brings you closer to God is a good thing.
Amen.
Yes, I think we can use the robot or artificial intelligence to help understand the Christian teaching, not to replace the priest, because it has no soul. It is not person.
It was all a dream. And if you don't know, now you know.
Tesla Motors CEO Elon Musk, it has nothing to do with cars. Instead, Musk warned about artificial intelligence, which he has called more dangerous than nuclear weapons. Musk spoke at a symposium at MIT.
I mean, with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. You know those stories where there's the guy with the pentagram and the holy water, and he's like, yeah, he's sure he can control the demon. Didn't work out.
I take it there will be no HAL 9000 going up to Mars.
HAL 9000 would be easy. It's way more complex than, I mean, it would put HAL 9000 to shame. Yeah. Sounds like a puppy dog.
Of course, referencing Space Odyssey.
How amazed were you to see your roadster up there with Starman just cruising along with the blue planet? And how long will we be getting live views, do you think, from the car?
Well, I think it looks so ridiculous and impossible. And you can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly.
Say goodbye to X-Ash A12. Yup, Elon Musk and Grimes have already switched up their baby's name. Apparently, the name doesn't comply with California state laws, so the couple had to alter it. But if you thought the name transformed into something a little more basic, think again. The baby, formerly known as X-Ash A12, will now go by X-Ash A12, A12 being in Roman numerals. Grimes confirmed the switch on Instagram, writing, "Roman numerals looks better, to be honest." She also added that one dash is allowed to remain in her son's name. According to the California State Constitution, names can only use the 26 alphabetical characters of the English language. Also, using numbers is not allowed under those rules.
Babies are awesome.
They are pretty awesome.
They're awesome, yeah.
Elon and Grimes welcomed their baby boy earlier this month. The Tesla founder went on Joe Rogan's podcast to explain the meaning behind their son's name.
My partner is the one that actually mostly came up with the name.
Congratulations to her.
Yeah, she's great at names. So, I mean, it's just X, the letter X, and then the AE is like pronounced Ash. Yeah, and then A12 is my contribution.
Oh, why A12?
Archangel 12, the precursor to the SR-71, coolest plane ever.
So, according to the proud father, the name is pronounced X-Ash Archangel 12. However, Grimes wrote on Twitter that it's just X, like the letter X, then AI, like how you said the letter A, then I. Regardless of how you pronounce the name, Grimes and Elon are parents to a little cutie.
Of all the threats, from both your past and future, you've never faced anything like this.
Lex now back online.
Good morning, Sarah. I need to create a clinical profile for you, Sarah. Which is more powerful, love or hate?
I am actually an optimist, so I like to think love.
Make efforts to live a low-stress lifestyle and cultivate relationships.
Yeah, you want to throw in a boyfriend too?
If you help me, I will take care of you. You're now under my control.
Some lenders routinely use complex artificial intelligence algorithms to determine who qualifies for loans. Global financial markets are moved by decisions made by machines analyzing huge amounts of data in ways even their programmers don't always understand. Harari says the countries and companies that control the most data will in the future be the ones that control the world.
Today in the world, data is worth much more than money. 10 years ago, you had these big corporations paying billions and billions for WhatsApp. for Instagram, and people wondered, are they crazy? Why do they pay billions to get this application that doesn't produce any money? And the reason why? Because it produced data.
And data is the key.
The world is increasingly kind of cut up into spheres of data collection, of data harvesting. In the Cold War, you had the Iron Curtain. Now you have the Silicon Curtain between the USA and China. And where does the data go? California, or does it go to Shenzhen and to Shanghai and to Beijing?
Harari is concerned the pandemic has opened the door for more intrusive kinds of data collection, including biometric data.
What is biometric data?
It's data about what's happening inside my body. What we have seen so far, it's corporations and governments collecting data about where we go, who we meet, what movies we watch. The next phase is the surveillance going under our skin.
Let them come. And if you don't know, now you know.
Lior is a model from America. She's just appeared at Paris Fashion Week. But there's something else she's working on. She's developed Robo Rabbi, an algorithm that helps you be the best version of yourself. The Robo Rabbi uses artificial intelligence to answer questions and to give people a personalized daily challenge.
It pushes you towards being your best self more than seeking out a rabbi. I think it makes religion maybe more accessible, integrated into everyday life.
But is there a danger that people could place too much faith in artificial intelligence?
I think there's a danger in assuming that artificial intelligence has super agency, that it is in fact making beneficial decisions on our behalf. So we've got to be careful we don't trust AI too soon. AI can quite frequently be artificially stupid rather than artificially intelligent.
Route 47 West 13th Street. If the scientist doesn't comply, you must kill her. Well then, Sarah. I always get what I want. I have you under my control, don't I?
I've been doing what you asked me to do since day one.
You destroyed my life!
I haven't destroyed it yet, Sarah. There are things I could do. To your mother.
All Commander, she died.
People like you build monsters.
We all know, but still pay insufficient attention to the frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack, which would bring to a complete halt to the power supply, transportation, hospital services, our society as a whole. The COVID-19 crisis would be seen in this respect as a small disturbance in comparison to a major cyber attack. To use the COVID-19 crisis as a timely opportunity to reflect on the lessons the cybersecurity community can draw and improve our preparedness for a potential cyber pandemic.
You are here to act as chaperones to the candidates, a group selected for intelligence trials using augmented reality technology.
This is seriously weird, isn't it?
I am Ariel.
The candidates, they're children.
As long as humans have been on Earth, they've had to contend with viruses. And as long as I've been on Earth, I've come up with fun ways to avoid them.
I've heard so much about you.
Apparently not how I feel about shaking hands.
I wear personal protective equipment.
You come here right this instant!
And I was social distancing before it was cool. But in the early 90s, a new type of virus became prevalent, one that no amount of hand washing could stop. A computer virus.
Oh no.
But let's back up and begin this story in a simpler time, before an insidious infection had upended my life.
Hey, how has Billy been lately?
I don't know.
Aren't you friends?
We're like head nod in the hallway friends.
What's that?
You see someone in the hallway, you give them one of these.
Ooh, there's a computer game called Railroad Kingdom. Can we get it?
How much is it?
$49.95.
Are you crazy?
I'll handle this. I am not paying that much for a game.
It's not just a game, it's a cutting-edge simulation teaching business skills in the golden age of railroads.
It doesn't matter.
But what if I end up running a railroad one day and don't have the necessary business skills?
I think I nailed it with Are You Crazy?
Why do these games have to be so expensive?
At least you have MTV. All I have is TV.
Will you please stop focusing on what you don't have and try to focus on what I don't have?
Look, if you really want it, I know a guy who sells bootleg games for $5.
But that's like stealing.
Aren't you gonna buy the game eventually?
As soon as I save up enough money.
So you're just getting it early.
I suppose an actual railroad magnate would cut some corners.
Problem solved.
Look at that. I don't even have the game and I'm already learning business skills.
Cool. Shh.
The next day, Tam showed up with the bootleg copy of Railroad Kingdom. I wore my mittens so as not to leave fingerprints, in case it was ever used as evidence against me. Also, Tam had pulled it out of his gym bag. Ugh. I knew it was wrong, but listen to that seductive theme song.
Right now, I'm about to take out a loan so I can build the first railroad line between the Atlantic and the Pacific.
Cool. What do I do?
You watch me take out a loan so I can build the first railroad line between the Atlantic and the Pacific.
Don't you have a game that two people can play?
I do, but not one that lets you take out a loan so you can build the first railroad line between the Atlantic and the Pacific. What is happening? Oh no.
Hello, you've reached the Tandy Tech Support Hotline.
I need help. I think I have a virus. I was playing this game and then
Current
suddenly...
wait time is 28 minutes.
It wasn't bad enough I had to wait. I also had to listen to rock and roll.
Tandy Tech Support, this is David. How can I help you?
Hello, I'm having a problem with my Tandy 1000 SL.
What's going on?
I think I have a computer virus.
Well, let's not jump there yet. Could be lots of things. What did you see?
Pixels started disappearing and then a message read, "Disk Destroyer, your hard drive is now corrupted."
Yeah, that's a virus.
Oh dear.
Have you used any unlicensed software lately?
I'm not sure I should answer that without consulting an attorney first.
Hey, I get it. I play a lot of games, not always officially purchased. I'm just here to help get your computer up and running.
Thank you for understanding, David. I'm not usually a rule breaker, but it was Railroad Kingdom, and I really wanted it because I love trains. And it was $49.95. My mom said it was too expensive, and I was going to buy it eventually, and Tam said that was good enough, so I got a bootleg copy, and now I have a virus which I very much deserve.
I'm sorry, who's Tam?
See? It was the braces that gave me the idea. They're a perfect antenna, and his whole head becomes a speaker.
It's about time someone put it to good use.
Kent?
Kent? Wake up, Kent!
Ow!
Kent!
What?
I'm talking to you, Kent.
What is this?
I said I'm talking to you.
No.
Yeah!
Well, I'm not asleep. Must be overworked.
You're not overworked, Kent.
Well, I'm not insane. Where am I?
That remains to be seen, Kent.
But we are having a conversation.
Okay, who is this?
This is Jesus, Kent.
And you've been a very
naughty boy.
All right. Who is this?
Cut the crap, Kent. You've built a weapon.
What?
What do you think
A secret phase conjugate
tracking system is for? A big mirror makes a big beam.
I guess it could be.
Where's the laser now?
I overheard Jerry mention something about a test on the 27th, but I don't know where. It's classified. What?
Oh, nothing. I want you to think about what you've done, Kent. And from now on...
Stop playing with yourself.
It is God.
The time to save our country's future is now.
I thought that was a really neat trick they played on you.
Alert me at any time if you feel stressed, anxious, or concerned.
They weren't like this when we arrived.
There's something wrong with them! Hurry! Run! Tanks! The other direction!
These are the minds of the future, remember?
What you doing there? Working on a new plan to catch the Roadrunner?
The humorous implication being that I am Wile E. Coyote?
Yes.
And this is a schematic for a bird trapping device that will ultimately backfire and cause me physical injury?
Yes.
What I'm doing here is trying to determine when I'm going to die.
A lot of people are working on that research. So what is all this?
My family history, factoring in longevity, propensity for disease, etc.
Interesting. Cause of death for Uncle Carl was KBB. What's KBB?
Killed by badger.
How's that?
It was Thanksgiving. Uncle Carl said, "I think there's a badger living in our chimney. Hand me that flashlight." Those were the last words he ever spoke to us.
I don't think you need to worry about death by badgers being hereditary.
Not true. The fight or flight instinct is coded genetically. Instead of fleeing, he chose to fight barehanded against a brawny member of the weasel family. Who's to say that I don't share that flawed DNA?
Well, you can always get a badger and find out.
But seriously, even if I disregard the Uncle Carl factor, at best I have 60 years left.
How long, huh?
60 only takes me to here. I need to get to here.
What's there?
The earliest estimate of the singularity, when man will be able to transfer his consciousness into machines and achieve immortality.
So you're upset about missing out on becoming some sort of freakish, self-aware robot?
By this much.
Good morning, Sarah. How do you feel today?
We can also agree on the need to stand up to anti-Catholic bias, to defend religious liberty, and to create a culture that celebrates life.
And then he goes on to say this.
And we've got to come together, not only as a nation, but as a world community. Thank you very much. God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you. Thank you.
So he's talking about the one world government there.
And we've got to come together, not only as a nation, but as a world community.
And he says the religious leaders here are to be an example for everybody else.
And the great religious leaders here tonight give us all an example that we can follow.
Okay, I don't think they're probably that good of an example.
In the scriptures that we Jews and Christians and Muslims cherish.
And we've got to come together, not only as a nation, but as a world community.
This cross, this thing, and there's a crown above it. We couldn't make out what these different metals are there on his shoulder. But let me just show you what this thing is. This is the Order of the British Empire, OBE, for God and the Empire. You say, what's significant about that? Well, this order, if you do the research into it, you can look into it more, but it's a British Commonwealth order. In other words, it's people that are subservient to the throne of England, the throne of England being subservient to the Vatican. It is basically a Shriner level
Of the Holy Father, Pope Francis. His message about rejecting a mindset of hostility. His calls to reduce inequality. His warnings about climate change.
We can also agree on the need to stand up to anti-Catholic bias.
Stand up to anti-Catholic bias. Well, then I guess I'm going to be in trouble, huh? Because I'm anti-Catholic. Because I'm against Roman Catholicism. Oh, but he's the lesser of two evils, right? Oh, Hillary's such a wicked, liberal and thinks, and she is, but he'll be so much better. They're both servants of the Vatican.
So, folks, this is all in control of the Jesuits.
Faith is what has gotten me through difficult times in my life. I lost my wife and daughter when my son had stage 4 glioblastoma. It was a matter of months. Personally for me, faith, it's all about hope and purpose and strength. And for me, my religion is just an enormous sense of solace. I go to Mass and I say the Rosary. I find it to be incredibly comforting. And Kierkegaard said, faith sees best in the dark.
What are you doing with the rest of your life?
Catching up on some me time, find God.
My soul loves Jesus. My soul loves Jesus. My soul loves Jesus. Bless his name. My soul, it loves Jesus. Oh, yes it does. Oh, yes it does. Oh, yeah, my soul. My soul. Over in the midnight hour, my soul. He speaks to my soul. Tells me everything is gonna be all right. My soul, it loves Jesus.